follow us on Instagram, you'll see we use projectors and RGB lights pretty frequently. And for this project, we were actually able to use both to create some super cool videos for a makeup artist. So before I dive into the project breakdown, let's take a look at the two videos we produced here. This project was 100% spec, with the only expense being the studio hire. We reached out to an awesome makeup artist we've worked with in the past to see if she wanted to work on a really colourful makeup look that we could create some videos of. We also pitched this idea to Nanlite Australia and asked if we could get our hands on some Nanlite Forza 60Cs to help bring this project to life. Whenever we work on spec projects, we like to use these as opportunities to challenge ourselves to try new things. We've been wanting to try out a fully vertical production, and so that's what we did. Using the Sony FX3, we paired it with the Sigma 24-70 and the Sony 90mm macro lens to capture a variety of shots. We also set up the feed to be wirelessly transmitted to an external monitor for easier viewing. We haven't had the chance to use the Holyland very much, so this is something else we wanted to try out. This was also the first time we used the Hollywood Blackmagic filter to soften down the detail in the skin, as we've been noticing our footage sometimes is just way too detailed, especially on beauty campaigns. I didn't actually take any footage with and without the lens filter, so I can't do any direct comparisons. However, looking at recent beauty projects, it makes a huge difference, and we'll be using it for all beauty shoots moving forward. So all up, we used 5 lights and slightly altered them for the 2 different videos. So we'll start off with the lighting breakdown for the first look. We had our subject positioned directly in front of the camera, and we set up the Nanlite Forza 500 as our key, placed on a 45-degree angle from the talent, and we set it up with our biggest parabolic softbox, as the bigger the source, the softer the light is going to be. And as this was a beauty shoot, we wanted to put a strong focus on making sure skin tones look nice, and it didn't look overly dramatic with lighting. In saying that though, we didn't want to achieve a super high-key beauty commercial look, so we did want to have a bit of depth and shadow to the face, so instead of setting up a fill light, we just set up a reflector to bounce some of that light back into the model's face. Now for the backlight, we set up the Nanlite Forza 200 with a lantern and positioned this so it would just add some light to the side of the model's face without being overpowering. Now for the creative lighting in the back, we set up 2 Nanlite Forza 60Cs and positioned them to face the infinity white wall. They were set to 2 different hues of green to add a bit of contrast to. We then set up the Nanlite Forza 60B with the projector attachment and one of the gobos to beam an interesting pattern on the wall. The lighting setup for the second look was very similar. We just set the Forza 60s to a strobing effect to flash some colour in the background. Then for the light streak shots, we took the gobo out of the projector and shaped the light, and then increased and decreased the height of the 60B to get the shot we were going for. We then tried to do a volumetric lighting shot. This is when you use smoke or haze and you can see the light beamage. But the studio space we were using was very big and we only had a few haze cans, and so I instantly realised we weren't going to be able to achieve this shot. In the past, we've only really used haze in a can a handful of times. So on our next spec shoot, we're actually going to test out a haze machine instead. Alright, that's pretty much the full breakdown of this project. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them below or reach out to us on Instagram. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.